Hey everyone, happy 4th of July. Yeah, see, I'm kind of color coordinated for today. And hope you all doing well and having a great, safe 4th. Whether you're out there playing volleyball, cornhole, swinging from a vine, building a elaborate treehouse, or whatever, or just jamming on your flying V in the backyard, whatever. Yeah, it's your way to work out today, so go for it. Okay, today, in this issue right here, 4th of July issue, I picked up, this is another magazine pickup issue one. I picked up because they've been having a lot of Paul McCartney 80 issues. I picked this one up. Time, Paul McCartney at 80. So let's take a look inside. I think it's going to be pretty good. So come on along with us. Let's see what it looks like. I think it's gonna be good. So let's take a look. That's the cover photo.
Group, we just didn't have any name. Well, yeah, we did have a name, but we had about 10 of them a week. We didn't like this idea, so we had to settle on one particular name. And John came up with the name Beatles one night. And he sort of explained how it was spelt with an EA, and we said, oh, yes, it's a joke.
Since when it's come to represent a large section of the young population called the Beatle people, do people regard yourself as leaders of this particular group?
No, we're not leaders of any sort of a group. The thing is, people always say, well, you started great trends and things, but in actual fact, all that we've done is gone along with the trends. And if, in going along with it, we sort of encouraged other people to go along with a couple of our ideas, all very well, but we haven't tried consciously to start anything like a trend.
You're very much younger when this enormous success started, and you're riding the summit of it now. Do you see it as a peak, a mountain interfering with the flow of your life?
I don't really know what you mean by very much younger. It was only a year ago.
But you've been working since '58, haven't you?
Well, yeah, not working, I mean, strictly speaking, we've been out of work since '58, and we've been doing this as a hobby, because we haven't been doing it as semi-pros. I left school and went right into it, and we were only sort of picking up a few quid a week, it really wasn't work. I think the main thing is now that as we've got ourselves a bit of security, we don't really have to worry, at the moment anyway, what we're going to do after it, so we don't.
None of you are really concerned with going on in this field as a profession?
Yeah, of course we are. I think all of us really, if it all suddenly flopped, then we would do something in this profession. But what we mean by Ringo and George's answers, what we mean that we don't really want to do like the conventional answer is, I'd like to do ballads and films and straight acting, which is so corny, because half the people who say that can't act or ballad or film. So we probably wouldn't want to do that unless we thought we could do it. We're having a National Film next year, and if we find that any of us can act, then possibly, if it finishes, say one out of us may become actors, but we haven't got any great hopes of being actors at the moment.
Really nice
John Lennon, that you have the most goon-type humour of the four Beatles. Does it say that? I think I read it in one of the newspapers.
You know what the newspapers are like, huh?
No, what are they like?
Wrong.
Going wrong, I want to get a nice personality bit.
I haven't got a nice personality.
Is this evidence of goon-type humour?
No, I don't think I really have goon-type humour. That's just an expression people use.
What's the success you've enjoyed with the Beatles meant to you personally?
More money than I had before. That's the good bit.
Is it going to make any difference to your life, the way you live it after, say, this calms down, the enormous excitement you're generating at the moment?
I don't know, no, really.
Do you think a career as a comic might open up to you?
No. I've done stand a chance. of being a comic.
Why not?
I'm not funny enough.
You're interested in poetry at school.
Who said?
It's printed in a book compiled by the Beatles and entitled The Beatles.
I haven't read that book. We don't normally write those things.
Written any good comic poems lately?
Yes, sir.
I just happen to have here by sheerest coincidence.
Dressed in my brown... Oh, no, I've lost it. Hold on. I can't read it, I've only just written it. Well, that's how it starts, actually. Dressed in my teen old brown sweater, I easily mixed with the crowd at Neville Club. I see me hole. Soon, oh but soon, people acoustic me saying such thing as, "We're the charge, man." I'm turning over. All too soon, I notice boys and girls sitting in a hobbled lump, smoking hernia and taking Odeon and getting very high. Some were only 4'3" high, but he had Indian hump, which he grew in his sleep. But things like that just help me keep sane.
Is this business enough to drive you insane?
No, I'm quite normal, really. If you read in the Beatle books, it says I'm quite normal.
We're with John and Ringo backstage again. And we've been just chatting and about fan letters and fan reaction. You mentioned something about the word cheeky. What's it all about?
Well, I mean, you know, I thought cheeky was universal. I thought it was English. And the other day I got a couple of letters saying, "From your film, John, when you say to one of these fellows, what does cheeky mean?" Which is C-H-E-E-K, right? What's it? You know, I thought it was obvious it just means sort of hard-faced or only light-heartedly, you know, sort of the nerve of that fella. It's like, it's the light-hearted get lost, I'd say. Yeah, you know, you understand get lost in America.
Yeah. That's an American expression, I think.
Well, it's the same as that, really. Well, whoever it was, now you know, cheeky. See, the fella says to me, I say to him, gear costume, which means I admire your costume greatly, and he says swap in a rather effeminate voice, meaning exchange, and I says to him, cheeky, meaning hard-faced naughty boy, you see, because he is, isn't he? I mean, you can tell by the way you look at him. Oh, a very bad boy.
Ringo, you've done a lot of that, let's say, slapstick work in the picture.
Let's say slapstick. 1, 2, 3, slapstick!
And during the picture itself, did this come natural? Was it a lot of direction involved in this?
There was a lot of direction involved, you know. The thing is, we've never sort of learned lines before, you know. And it was, you know, at first it was hard, you know, because we wouldn't sort of learn them the night before like you're supposed to. We'd learn them on the way to the studio and then do them, which I thought was better because it was more sort of natural. But, you know, what did you say?
Do these questions about your personal life, like I remember in Vancouver, someone asked you, are you getting married to someone? And you said no. And they said, are you engaged? And you said no. Do they bother you ever?
No, well, the thing is, I think America, more than anywhere in the world, we read more about ourselves, what we're doing, because most of these magazines just make it up, you know. It's ridiculous when we come over here. There's so much happening, you know, that we don't even know we've done. And,
All right, there you go.
It doesn't bother me. It's good for me to straighten everything out, you know. The thing
Great
is,
photos and stuff, so, you know, come on back. There might be some more to see. You know, always something to see, always something to look at. So, you know, more cool stuff to come. You have a great, safe, healthy 4th of July. We'll see you all soon.
After we thought we'd straighten it.